Hello everyone, subscribe to Australian and Belarus, really cool videos.
Hi, I'm an Australian guy living here in Belarus, and guys that come here often want to use online dating as a way of meeting women here. So I'm going to go through your 3 best online dating options. Slight disclaimer, I'm really against online dating. I think that as a man, you're never going to meet your equivalent on there. So you should just grow a pair and go in the real world and meet women normally. But if you're not offended, you're still here. Here are the 3 best options. Number 1, no doubt you already know, and that's Tinder. And I say Tinder because of the sheer volume of girls on there. There's almost no way in the world that you can swipe out Tinder and have no girls left. There'll be a steady stream of women to potentially talk to. Also, almost everyone who uses online dating will probably be using Tinder. Tinder is there for the biggest pool of women in terms of online dating. So you need to be on there. But the nature of this kind of marketplace as online dating is that you need to be in the top few percent to kind of get anywhere. So if you are in the top kind of 1 to 5% of men, you'll find it quite useful in meeting women. You won't meet women, probably won't, that are actually at your level in the real world, but nonetheless, you have dating options if you want to take them. If you're kind of somewhere between the 5th percentile and maybe the 20th or 25th, you can probably still get some dates here and there. They might not be with exactly who you want, of course, but you'll get some kind of interaction with women. Maybe from the 25th percentile down to the 40th, you might get some slops here and there. But if you're below the top 40%, you will be basically invisible using Tinder. For best results, you will need to pay for different features. And that's the same with all 3 of these online dating apps. You will really need to pay. And look, if you're too tight to pay, just use it free. If you're going to be serious about using these apps, you need to pay, right? You need to put your profile up and out there to maximize the matches that you will get, to maximize the number of girls who can see you. Because that's the big problem with these algorithms. Once you are not in that top echelon, you really get buried and you're busily swiping on girls who actually will never see you. So you might swipe on 100 girls, of which 0 of them even see you because you're too far down in the deck of cards for Tinder to show you to them. So stop being a tight ass and just pay for the features on these apps, because it's the only way to get anywhere for most guys. Now that's the first app, that's Tinder. Second app is an app called Topface. And this is not as good as Tinder in terms of the volume, but the quality is still kind of okay. Tinder's obviously a mixed bag, but you do get quite a lot of attractive girls on there. Topface is kind of similar, not as good as Tinder, but almost as popular in this part of the world. And I'm no doubt, I haven't actually used it, I just downloaded it to have a look, literally today, to make this video. But it seems to have a pretty similar quality to Tinder, not quite as good, but decent enough. And a lot of depth there, there's a lot of volume. So I just made a search for 1 year, like 33 to 33, and then I searched within a couple of kilometers of my house, and I just swipe, and there was lots of women in that age, in that distance, indicating there's a very deep pool of users on that app. That's Topface. With this though, and again I only used it this morning, but it was throwing up a lot of advertisements. Like you swipe 3 times, there's a loud advertisement come on for Ozone, the Russian Amazon. It's got very annoying, so you got to pay to get rid of that. But even in the 10 minutes that I was swiping, I got lots of likes and messages and whatever. So it does seem to be working and functioning. So if you want to use online, Topface is probably an okay alternative to Tinder. But again, Tinder's, look, it's a better option. There's more people on there. But yeah, Topface isn't horrendous. It isn't like the worst. What is the worst is the 3rd most popular app here, and that is Badoo, B-A-D-O-O. This was horrendous, really. I could not uninstall this app fast enough when I was testing it this morning. It has much lower quality girls, and it really feels like the dregs of society. There you have it. Pulling no punches today. It really seems to be the cliches of what online dating was 20 years ago. If it probably didn't exist 20 years ago. Let's go 15 years ago maybe. Probably what it would have been back then. And what it is now still a little bit, but yeah, not not pretty on there. As I said, it felt like the leftovers of the leftovers on Badoo. But if you're a desperate man, and if you're using online dating, you probably are desperate, no offense, but just fucking take it because you're using it. So maybe it suits you. Maybe these lower quality women means there's less quality men on there as well, which means you might be able to get more matches as well. Again, Badoo had a payment feature on there. I kind of forget how it worked now, but essentially you need to pay on there as well. And look, it's worth it. I mean, if you want to spend, say, a month on one of these apps, you get like a monthly membership, pay, I don't know what it was, $20, $30, something in this vicinity. You want to pay that, like, you know, it's probably pretty decent. Do it intensely. And if you can't find a girl that you like, as a girlfriend or something equivalent, you can't find that in a month, then you might want to like change your strategy, to be fair, because a month's a long time. So if you're still playing around with it, wasting your time. Look, I met a guy recently, American guy, and he was a really handsome guy. He was jacked and ripped, and you can see that he's really spending a couple of hours a day in the gym. He was obsessed with drinking tea instead of anything else. He's really trying to create this monster physique, which he had. He was absolutely jacked and ripped, both jacked and ripped. And I met him, and he'd been here 3 weeks. He had met no one else in that time, only girls from Tinder, and he was trying to get them to come straight to his apartment. And so he's a typical kind of Tinder sex pest. And I was the first guy he'd met in 3 weeks. I saw him in a Coffix. I heard his accent, so I started chatting to him. Coffix being obviously a coffee shop here in Minsk. And this guy hadn't left the apartment in 3 weeks, and he's literally wasted his whole time. He's hooked up with 2 girls in that time, and he reckons he's on Tinder 7 or 8 hours a day, and on WhatsApp and trying to get girls to come over and blah blah blah. So he's putting really low investment into them, but just trying to talk to as many as he can. And he was very frustrated by this because he's wanting to get a girl every day, but that's not going to probably happen here in Belarus. But part of me thought, geez mate, you're a friggin' loser. It was actually kind of okay to chat to. We chatted for maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes or something in the end, but apart from that, he was kind of normal actually, apart from this feature. But obviously there's deeper things associated. But nonetheless, I'm kind of thinking, mate, you're a loser. You come to Belarus, obviously this is what this guy does. He travels the world, uses his Tinder, has his massive muscles that he puts on his photos, and then tries to hook up with girls. But then never leaves the apartment and just stays on Tinder all day. And honestly, that's the most pathetic existence you could imagine. You're this invisible sex pest sleeping with women who are below your league. So I hope this story has inspired you to not use online dating. But if you are, they're the 3 ones to use. They're definitely the ones with the highest number of girls in order. Tinder definitely has the most. Second is Topface, and third is Badoo. So have fun with those. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on the like thumb. It lets me know that you enjoyed the video and you like this content, and I should make more content like this. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Welcome again. I'm glad we could spend a few minutes together during your busy day. And if you're not a subscriber and you've made it all this way, now is the time, my friend. Commit to pressing that red subscribe button.